Welcome to the Cold Conquest series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 16th of May 1909. So we come through our first winter, and I have to admit it was very interesting, and I've been kind of trying to think the best way to try and keep some progress going, and also trying to take advantage of these summer months that we've got now, because we've only got May, June, July, August, September, really. So that's 5 months. And then we've got 7 months of winter. And I think from a planning perspective, I need to take as maximum amount of opportunity through these 5 months. And as you can see at the moment, the game is on pause. And the reason for that is that I think at the start of every year, especially during this initial building phase, I'm going to need to kind of stop and think a little bit about the way forward, so that I can get a plan, especially with building these roads, because it was a real pain having to try and build these roads in the winter, because I couldn't see what was actually being done. So to begin with this part, I want to just review what is being built, what I need to build, check a few things like this hospital here. See, this hospital has got a connection there, but I think it's going to need a footpath out here, doesn't it? I don't think it's actually going to need a major footpath, because of course I removed a lot of the footpaths to see if I could get to in order to build the gravel footpaths. So I'm just kind of going around at the moment and looking to see. We got, what is this? This is a warehouse, isn't it? I think I will, now I've built the footpaths, I'm going to put a couple of connections in like that to kind of give me a little bit more distance. I'll be very tempted to build a gravel footpath here, but I think at the moment we're to stick with the mud footpaths in here. We kind of need to connect. I don't think we need that connection. Got that connection there. And we've got that connection there, which is good. That's connected. And we've got an error up there. So what I'm really looking at is trying to make sure we've got the coverage. I'm not convinced about this school that I put out here. And that's probably a good segue into the next problem in this area, is expansion. And I put these fields in when I actually built the map, but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to remove these fields here, and we'll just trim out this road, because what I'm thinking is, just grab any building, is to expand this way, because we've got to start thinking about industry and ways of making money, which is going to have to be another priority. And I think we can get out about as far as there with respect of the accommodation. So this is going to be one of our initial expansion zones for possibly residents, or even maybe even industry, because we've got a footpath connection from there. I do really need to finish this road, because one lesson I have learned from the winter is that mud roads are going to be a complete bust, because they slow down the vehicles too much, where we can get away with slightly better speeds using the roads themselves. Got a murky footpath there. That's going to be a bit of a problem. We may have to try and force the issue there. So generally in this area, things are going well, because we managed to get the 2 construction offices built and a depot. So what I've got at the moment is this construction office is kind of working as a mixture of a ground crew and a road crew, with these guys over here providing the paver work. And I think I've finished all the asphalt footpaths here, because I think here, because it's relatively compact, virtually all the footpaths in this area are actually gravel. Another thing I'm thinking about is in this area, I think what we'll probably do is won't use these buildings. We'll probably demolish them. We'll keep these, because these are within range of the services. The only thing I can't get to is the school. That's going to be a potential problem. As I say, I'm not convinced with this school. I think I'm going to just get rid of it. I feel it's in the wrong place. And then we'll just leave that zone there. And we've got a school there, but we need to provide cover here. So my inclination is possibly to put a small school down here to cover this lower part. If I put it here, because that one won't come into this area. So I'm thinking we can tuck in maybe... No, I think if I put a small school in there, we don't need to build it from the get-go. But see, this school doesn't seem to need heat, which is good. I'm not sure whether if it's going to generate its own heat, it could cause a problem. But so we're just going to put that school there. I think the athletics league have got plenty of cover. And I think that covers this area. So what I want to do now is go back over to here. Now the progress isn't quite so good here because this town is a little bit more spaced out. And you can see here we've still got quite a lot in the way of villages to build. I think if I come in here, not villages, asphalt footpaths and roads. So this one's going to be a bit behind the curve, I think. We've got quite a lot of stuff that needs doing. I just want to check the... can't remember which one it is here. This is the one with the... That's the one with the steam. This is the one with the buses. Let me just make sure. We need to start working on these. Where's the... Yeah, so I think this area is going to be a bit behind the curve because I can't really connect up these footpaths until they've actually been built. So if I start splitting them, it's just going to make life even more difficult. Now, the new project I want to start is actually over here. Because of all the problems we've got here with building the roads, and what I want to do, even though I'm not going to develop this area, what I want to do is start putting together these roads here, because again, similar vein, if we're going to get this operational, we're going to have to start building the roads in so that our trucks can move. Now, our first problem is up here because we got a mud road here. So what I'm going to do is I need to build this. How far? Right, to build this, we're going to need about 50 tons of gravel. So the first thing we're going to need is a free aggregate store. We put you there. And what we're going to need, I should have a free construction office like that on that side. Of course, we're going to need to put a gas station in as well, which means we're going to need to use one of our precious distribution offices. Oops, I don't want that. I want the free one. This is where it could get a little bit tricky. I think we can put the gas station there. Put the distribution office the other side. And somebody actually posted a comment. As usual, guys, a big thank you for all your comments and feedback, especially the positive feedback on this series. But somebody did actually post a comment about the fact that I was the first one to mention the fact that the distribution offices are out here. And I'll be completely upfront, I learned the hard way. When the realistic update was released into the beta test branch, I actually did a test game. And I didn't find this just free distribution office until after I'd built a Soviet headquarters and researched it. And it wasn't until I started using the vehicle distribution offices that I suddenly found the free ones. So to my embarrassment, so I'll own up to that, guys. It is a bit of a hidden gem and something you do need to be aware of. So what we're going to need to do here, we're going to have to purchase a oil tanker. still, I think we're going to use the steam driven one there. And of course, what you're going to have to do is load, and we get you to put the fuel into there 100% this time, or put 80% in. Because what we're going to need to do here, and the other thing we're going to need to get is on a couple of dumpers, 2 dumpers there. And what you're going to need to do is there. Now, how much is the big is the storage on this here? Where is it? I must admit, I don't really like using these. We need about 60% in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull enough gravel out of here to be able to do it. We better set that to gravel so it doesn't start picking up all sorts of other random rubbish. And the idea is going to be is that what we're going to do is pull enough gravel out into here to be able to build this road. And then once this road is built, we can use this gravel up and then start building. And the idea is that we're going to start graveling in these roads so that when the time comes to use this, grow this village, the roads will be in place. Because we're going to have to do a lot of finagling to get this done as well. So that is going to be our sub goal. Now, the next thing I need to do now is just kind of go back. This one, I think we can let the game start to run slowly because we've got a few other things to do. And I've got a bit of a list. Now, the next thing I need to get in is a fire station in both of our starter towns. So what we're going to do is come here, fire station. I think I've got one selected. I think it's this one is boards. It's a little rural fire station. And I'm kind of thinking, what we got here? This is 3.5 tons of steel. I've got to start thinking cheapskate now. It's got 4 parking slots. This one can store fuel. This one can't. So my instinct is, I think storing fuel would be quite nice. Let me just see. Yeah, I think we're going to have to store the fuel. And I'm going to put the fire station for this one here, about here. So we're going to drop you about there. Maybe over a little bit. You can see, does it need heat? I don't think it needs heat. So drop you in there. And of course, what we'll probably need to do, I think what I might do is just put a just need a gravel footpath, something like that there as well. Right, we've got this built. Does this need roads? It does, but we'll have to use mud road here, and that will have to come in to connect that up, because that will, yeah, that gives us the connections there. And of course the situation is not helped by the fact everything gets dark. So we've got a fire station here. We're going to have to build this road in. This has already been picked up. It should be okay. This should get picked up as well. So I'm kind of adding to the dilemma at the moment. It'd be really great if I could build this factory connection. Factory connections are a real pain when they are. And of course, what we got is these animations now. Something which I haven't actually mentioned. This was added as part of the full release now. I think the only comment some people have said is they all look very uniform, as in their Soviet kind of uniforms. I suppose eventually the devs might add a little bit of extra flavour to it. I wouldn't have thought it would be high on their priorities. Now, what we're going to do now is put the fire station in here. Kind of my instinct is to put it somewhere around here because we need coverage. Because I suppose in some ways what I need to do is think about what direction my expansion is going to be. I think the expansion is going to be out this way with respect to residents. Although strictly speaking, I should do a survey around these towns and areas to make sure that there's no resources underneath. That could become quite important. Anyway, let's just get down the fire station. I think my inclination is to do exactly the same as what I did here. Although we could put the... That's got no water, so that's going to be an issue. Okay, I think... How about over here? It's a little bit out the way. That's the only problem. The alternative is that I actually push it in about here. I think maybe that might be better, because if we've got industry over this side, yeah, I think if I could get that in about there, and then we won't have to put footpath connections in. I am starting to think about doing a little bit of demolition around here, remove some of these smaller houses. That could be an issue. That's a bit short. So we've now got this in place. Now the next one is going to be bus station. I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure about bus stations because I don't think I've got that much of a good selection for an early start, and I can never find them. Platform stations, here we are. I've got this bus station here, but it's only got 2 pickup points. But then again, if I've got to think about this because I've never really considered bus stations. This has only got 2 pickup points, and I use these. These are mainly for drop-off points. I say the alternative is that we actually use these bus platforms. It may have to be so, but this one's only got 2 pickup points as well. So maybe I'm being a bit harsh. We got a Pioneer bus stop here, which has got 2 loading bays. I'm not exactly sure what it is actually. I think it could be. I mean, I don't want something that looks going to look completely produces. I think these are. Maybe we'll go for something that's a little bit aesthetic. See, my instinct is to put the bus stop over here to start with, or down here actually, because if I put a bus stop here, what that will do is extend the range into this area, and then we could, and again I'm thinking of putting some extra residential stuff in here, because of course what we can do is use bus stops to actually extend the distance that people walk. The alternative is up here, or actually we could put a bus stop. We get a bus stop in there. I generally don't like putting bus stops in the center of town, but maybe we can make an exception. If we put the bus stop in very close like that, and we can put a very short little bit of mud road in there. Actually, is that, it's not got something silly like a one-way system, is it? Oh yeah. Aha. Nearly fell into that trap, didn't I? Go back to here again. Yeah, this is a one-way bus stop. Ah. We would have to put... I don't think that would go in there, would it? Is this a one-way bus stop as well? Yeah, they're both one-way bus stops. I think we're going to have to... I've kind of got myself boxed in here. I think what I'm going to do is... we've got a lot of concentration of work here because our heating plant is up there. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to put that there on that side. And then once this road's finished, we'll put a connection into there. And then what we could do is build down into this area, although we got the sewage plant there. Yeah, I think I keep coming back to this area here. And I mean, we could put in, I don't remember where the demolition crew is. Where is it? We can put a 3 demolition crew in. And then what we could do is remove some of these buildings, I think. The trouble is their connections are facing the wrong way. And then I could put in some... Let me just look at the mods for buildings. Where's some of my favourite starting buildings? I can't remember what they're called now. That's called Jade Apartments. I'm going to put those into the favourites. Why aren't they going? Okay, let me just clear that. Yep. Oops. We could build some of these because these hold 80 workers, 100 workers, and they got relatively small footprints. So we could replace some of these buildings with smaller ones. I know they kind of don't fit with the overall, you could say, ethos of Siberia, but they do look cool. So maybe we're going to clear this area here, but we don't need to worry too much about that to begin with. So we've got a bus stop in. Now we've got the dilemma over here about a bus stop. So let me just see. My instinct is bus stop. Look at this. We've got a nice little corner here. Because we can have a workforce here, but I don't think these are going to get... Yeah, I mean, they might just reach that. So I think this is a natural for the bus stop. One thing I am considering, I'm starting to hate these power lines. So I think long term, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. Let me just go underground and put these. Got one connection there coming out. We're not going to be able to do it, are we? Because, yeah, I've got that there. I think eventually what I'm going to do is replace this once we've got a workforce, because of course underground cables need lots and lots of connections. But my instinct is that eventually what we'll do is replace this with an underground cable to make it a little bit more aesthetic. Right, back to bus stop. Actually, we've got a nice little corner here. Let me just see. I think I'm going to speed the game up. I'm going to be a bit patient, but I think it's going to have to be a bit of a compromise. Fire station. Oh, I don't want editors. What am I? Right, what we're going to do is back to fire stations. Not fire stations. Bus platforms. I think I can't do it there. So what we're going to have to do is put a bus stop here, and then we can grow out this way, and the bus stop will be in the center of the action. We could put the bus stop in this corner. No, my instinct is bus stop here, but that way, because the work crews and buses are more likely to go that way round. And then what I'm going to do is push this road out as a mud road. Actually, no, we're going to make this into a gravel road as well. That can get built in its own time. We're going to have to live that little bit there. Right, how's these guys doing? You've filled up my... How are we doing? Right, we've got 110 tons of gravel here. Right, next thing. And you go there. You go there. Got plenty of fuel in there. What we need you connected to there. And what I need to buy now is a bulldozer. So we're going to use the steam bulldozer. Hey. I don't want factory connections. We're not interested in footpaths at the moment. Turn around and go back the other way, please. Yeah, thank you. And your first job is going to be that. Not that. Oops, made a mistake here, sorry. Gravel there. Kind of been confusing them a little bit, but they get there. And then once we built this, we can then empty this out. And then what we can do is start building this into here. So that is going to be the job. Trouble with these dumps is they are very, very slow. So we can get that underway, because what I would like to do is actually gravel this road as well. Although we might straighten it out a little bit. Because this is going to be a kind of lifeline connection to our two areas here. Let's have a look. If I got everything else, I've got this horrible feeling that I've actually forgotten something. Let me just see. And I think that, I mean, it'd be really nice if we could get these built and get these actually set up. Because then what we can do is, and I think the next big project's going to have to be the drainage. Because this is probably going to take a couple of years to build actually. But we really need that drainage built. Although with the town up here, I am considering whether I could actually put in something that will distribute the sewage and the water. The trouble is we would have to put them to this area here. In fact, technical offices, that's true. We've got to put in technical office from the perspective of our waste management. So I suppose I could start to grasp that nettle here, because this town is starting to progress a little bit more. I think what we're probably going to need to do is put you on there. What have you got here? Have you actually... I want... Right, we need to get you on... I want to start building in these. Simply because they're going to be our kind of key pickup points. So you can come in there. There's the ground crew on here. Yeah, so the ground crews have done their work. What I'm trying to do is get the ground crew here. Where are you? Oops, sorry, gone the wrong way. Getting lost on my own map. So you've got a substation, you've got unfinished roads. So we got to build this. What do you need first? Boards, concrete, and gravel. I think we can get you... I keep picking the dumper up. I think we might as well make a start with this. I know it's not going to be that brilliant, but the only main question is, do you have a an open hole in here? No. Okay, so that could be an issue. Okay. Trying to think of the best way to do this. I've got open holes in here, but they've also got... These guys are also busy. I don't think I've got any more construction officers. 3 construction officers, have I? I don't really want to go for a dedicated road crew. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the... We could get an open hole in here. Where are you? You're working there on that. Okay. You. Well, temporarily you will go there. Ah. Okay. Are you? Oh, we do have one. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've got I've actually got an open hole in here. I just couldn't see it. It's difficult to tell with these little vehicles. So, all right, we got a sewage substation there. We need to start pushing out this road here to keep these guys busy, because I definitely want this road, this built through here. So that we can get this connection. Yeah, I think we can get it done. It's just going to take a little while to trundle through and build this. Right, back to our friends here. So we're already on the 21st of June. It's going to be a real pain. How are we doing here? Right, we've kind of finished these. So we've kind of got virtually all the footpaths finished. Where are you going? You're working on that road. We'll build that road and then we'll come back and build in these roads. Right, what I need to do now is we need... I think we're going to need this pushed up a priority, I think, because they're it's kind of getting in the way. Right, what we're going to need to do now is these are all finished. So what I need to do now is start connecting back in these so that we can plan our town a little bit better. That's finished as well, so you need a connection there, you need that connection there, you need that connection there, you need that connection there. How big are you? You've got 14. Don't really want to lose you, so you're going to have to connect to there. You're connected to there. We need you connected to there. You need to connect to there. Oh, we've got a footpath here that needs to be built, and that needs to be asphalt. So we haven't really finished all the asphalt footpaths at the moment. We got another road, one behind here, but I think this is the key one. And then another one I wouldn't mind building. How's the... Let me just see the coverage. We need to put in these. You can... We need to connect up you. That needs to be done. That needs to be done. This is the hospital. How's the coverage from the hospital? Alright, we got good coverage from the hospital. The only iffy bit, yeah, we got the footpath there that... I don't know if I can inbuild those. What's this? The Athletics League. That's got a connection. And then what we... Have you got... okay, yeah. Yeah, I just want to make sure... Yeah, you need to finish off these pieces. Your construction office 4. I think we've got everything. Let me just see. Yeah. So we need to finish off this stuff here, this footpath here. I keep coming back to this footpath. Why do I feel... Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. So, apologies for this, guys. Yeah, that's gonna basically fry my brains. I don't think we actually need this as an asphalt, but what we do need it as is a gravel, because the fact that the mud will go into here. So I think that can be just a gravel. We don't need anything special there. I think I would like to take that out to there as well. So that will fill that gap in there. Something tells me that I'm going to need to come out here, but they can do that later on. This is going to drive me nuts, but there's not much I can do about it at the moment. We need to build in this here. This is finished. We need to put you out there. Something tells me, because we're going to go out this way. I don't really want to break this road though. I think we'll put an asphalt footpath there. We're certainly going to hook you up to there. We need you hooked into there, because this is the historic HQ. This is our university. Is this connected? I don't... we're going to need that connected, because that is our water pumping station. That needs to be connected. So I want to try and get all these done before the winter sets in, because these are the connections that are going to give problems. I certainly want that connected as well. A rear exit to here would be very useful. And of course we need... Oh, that's not going to connect to there, so we're going to have to come that way for that. This is the old cinema. How much coverage have you got? I get a feeling that I need... I must admit, this town is giving it a lot more of a challenge than I thought it would. We'll connect that to there, because I think if we put that in there, that will increase the coverage there, because I do want to expand a little bit this way, because at the moment this is... we might be able to do it. I need to put in we need a footpath connection there as well. Okay, this one's not connected. We can hook you into there as well. So that's that done, that done, that done. I think what I might do, I could get it in. Well, you can do it, game. It keeps trying to snap. If I push off that, I think that back door could be useful as well. This has how much does that increase that range? Yeah, that kind of gives a connection into down to here. Right. I've got a feeling that this won't be connected. Nope. This is a pumping station. Where did we put the fire station? We put the fire station there. Okay, we just have to put you there. You are... We need to hook you to there. That is our water filtration plant. That fits in quite quickly. This is our maintenance building. This is just going to be a construction office, so that doesn't need to be too connected. The other thing I want to do is just make sure this is connected. Yeah, that's connected. How about you? Yeah, you've got a little connection there. This is just going to be a local kind of cut through when we can connect that up and that up there. Okay. So I think I've done all the footpaths necessary. We're on the 25th of June. We got a little bit more extra work to do, but I think I'm getting on top of it. Let's go and see how our these guys are going. Okay. You... Wait. What are you doing down there? Want that built? Yeah, we've only got the one bulldozer at the moment, so... I say... I suppose I could buy a second bulldozer, because this is very much slow time, so we'll just build a second bulldozer, and then these guys can just work their way through the best they can. Of course, the bulldozer can't come until... oops, I might have messed this up actually. Might have spent some money on something that I can't actually get. Anyway, that's a bit of a learning experience. We're down to... We are slowly spending a lot of money, which is a cause for concern. We get back to here. I don't think there's much more we can do here. As I say, I think at the moment this is going to be the winner. We do need to try and keep these guys focused on what they're meant to be doing. Right, we're pushing out this way. This is being built back this way. How are you doing? Got building the substation slowly. Emphasis on the word slowly. Of course, it's... what are you doing here? Oh, you're delivering the bricks. God, no idea. Where did you come from? Or have you just been delivering up here? So I think we got to a point now where we're going to play catch up a little bit. I do really want to demolish those, so I think I am going to put a demolition crew in here. What we can do is, where can I put the demolition crew? The trouble is, I can't demolish them just yet anyway. because I would have to put a footpath connection. I'd like to, I think we can live with these buildings because they're well connected in. I think what I'd like to do is get rid of these 3 buildings, but all right, I think I'm just going to remove the demolition crew for the moment, and then we'll come back to that, because we're going to need to finish this road first before I can hook these up with footpaths. Then I can send the demolition crews in. I would like to keep these 3 fields. Yeah, I think that will work. What have we got here? What's the coverage like for these buildings as well? I think these buildings will work because our main food store is here. Then we can put some other buildings in here, create another little suburb to expand this way. Okay. Right, so I think we've kind of got everything finished there. I think just to complete this part, I would want to make sure that the Noddy crew over here have done their work. Okay, they've just now finished. So these guys are now out of gravel. So what we're going to need to do is put you actually onto the... And I probably don't need this thing now. So we'll get rid of you. That was just very much a temporary building. And then we can just tidy up that. And then what we'll do is just make sure this is, yeah, 80%. Actually, we'll drop you down to 70% because you're right on the border. And then what we're going to do is just let these guys get on with the job of building in this road here, coming down and connecting to our town here. And then maybe in the next part, we'll do a little bit more work on this town as well, so that we can start kind of planning things. But really and truthfully, we do need to get a lot. Ooh, what's that there? That's no good. We go, disappeared. Let me just have a quick check. I think most of the footpaths here are built. It's just this road hasn't been selected yet. We'll just get rid of that footpath there as well, so that that's a solid road. I think what we will do is get rid of that as well, and just remove all these nodes. Because that's going to be horribly messy. Got a footpath connection there. I think we're going to remove this footpath for the moment. So that, and then we'll remove these road connections here, so that we can do this road as a single unit. Let's just give a quick check. Remove you. Can't remove that one because that's already pre-built. So that got a road coming in here. I think what we'll do is we'll just remove this road because it's going to be pretty obvious that this is going to need a road connection. So what that should do is allow me to get rid of that node there, like that. Get you to build that. I don't want any of these guys kind of getting hung up on. Okay, get rid of that node there. That can get built there. Just want these guys to do their own thing here. That can go there. That's built there. I better not do that road because that will cut off these guys. I think that's enough for them to be going on with for the moment. Maybe I'll just do this one very, very quickly. I think we'll just build the gravel road out as far as here to begin with. And then we'll just remove that. Yeah, if we build the gravel road down to here, because obviously we've got to get down to here for our sewage deployment, and of course we need to think about power here. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. I think in the next part, where we're going to have to do some prospecting, not so much to try and find key resources. I'm just getting a bit twitchy about the fact that some key resources may be under one of these 3 towns. So I need to make sure that I'm not going to be building over resources, but that would be for the next part. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.